for watching OU Nightly. I'm Abigail Franklin.
And I'm Brett Griggs. Tonight we have what appears to be the final answer to who will control the U.S. House of Representatives. With today's Republican House wins in Arizona and California, Republicans now hold 218 seats, giving the party control of the House, the U.S. Senate, and of course the White House.
Democrats won 209 seats. This also means the Republican Party has an easier path to pass legislation in Congress. And as politicians head back to Capitol Hill post-election, voting has already started on positions of power in a now majority-red Senate. Gaylord News reporter Victoria Anderson breaks down what these leadership elections mean for Oklahoma.
It's the first week back from break on the Hill, normally a week for catch-ups and calls. But after last week's red wave, one party is more excited than others to head back to work. And all they need now is a voice.
We have the team assembled.
Thinking John Thune is the next Republican leader.
In a vote of 29 to 24, Senate Republicans selected Senator John Thune from South Dakota to be their voice.
We'll have an ambitious agenda, and we'll take each and every Republican working together to be successful.
Every Republican, including one familiar face.
The newly elected Senate Republican Conference Vice Chair is the senator from Oklahoma, Senator James Langford.
The senior senator from the Sooner State will be the first Oklahoma Republican to hold a seat on the Senate GOP leadership team in over 20 years. Senator Langford ran unopposed for his seat, but won after a historic year on Capitol Hill.
On top of representing the folks back home, now Langford will also be keeping minutes in weekly policy meetings.
Republicans were asked a very simple thing. Can you get us back on track?
Both Oklahoma senators highly involved in the Thune win. Junior Senator Markwayne Mullin posted a public endorsement for the South Dakota senator just last month.
Our task is going to be very, very simple: to defend our values, to be able to strengthen us as a nation, and to be able to bring prosperity to people that are really struggling right now.
A familiar voice, now a key role in this new era of the Senate.
It's a new day in the United States Senate, and it's a new day in America.
Reporting in Washington, D.C., Victoria Anderson, Gaylord News.
Thanks, Victoria. And Langford isn't the only Oklahoma politician climbing the ranks. Gaylord News reporter Ireland Fitzer has more on Representative Kevin Hern's new position in Congress.
Oklahoma Congressman Kevin Hern has only been in Congress since 2018, but today he was able to lock up that position of policy chair. We spoke with him on what he thinks should be getting done.
Got to execute what President Trump has given a mandate to do in his election.
With this new elected position, it's giving the still relatively new congressman a ranking among the party.
If you're in the majority, it does put you fifth in the pecking order of the elected leadership within the party, so it's not trivial in that sense.
And while everyone is talking about elections and new roles, there are still matters to take care of, including that of the fiscal year 2025 budget and where the House stands on its progress.
Well, we've got to work on budget reconciliation, so we've got to put forward a budget package so that we can get the reconciliation done.
Now, this new position that Oklahoma Representative Kevin Hern holds not only cements Oklahoma's power in Congress, but it gives it strength. Now, 3 out of the 5 Oklahoma Congress members hold a chair position, with the other 2 still a part of important committees. Reporting in Washington, D.C., Ireland Fitzer, Gaylord News.
Thanks, Ireland. As chairman, Hern holds the 5th most senior position in the House and will lead the forum in discussing legislative proposals in Congress.
All right, well, it's starting to look like fall around here. The leaves are finally changing. Those cooler temperatures are finally sticking around. At least that's the hope.
Right. It does make me wonder how long these temperatures are going to stick around. OU Nightly meteorologist Rachel Mosshammer is here with us. Rachel, what can you tell us?
Yeah, Abigail and Brooke, you guys are right. Looking on this map right now, it looks just like fall. We are looking at these current temperatures: 68 in Norman, 67 in Oklahoma City, and out in Guyman, 70 degrees. Now, it feels great out here on campus. And then, of course, we've got OU Nightly's Willie Gillespie out on the Sobel. Willie, what does it look like out on campus right now?
Yeah, that's right, Rachel. Feeling a lot more like fall out there. In fact, we're starting to see some leaves coming down. Here's one of them. Got some more red color out there now, but a big pattern change on the way. Some much colder air coming to Oklahoma, and you've got the details on all of that. Beautiful weather out there right now, though. Rachel, back to you.
Thanks, Billy. Coming up, we're going to talk about those colder temperatures that could come in this weekend. More rain is on the way, but again, we're going to close out this week with those fall temps.
All right, thanks, Rachel. We'll see you in a bit. Former President Donald Trump has confirmed his next Secretary of Health and Human Services. Elle Gedman has that and the rest of today's national and international headlines from the News Center.
That's right, Abigail. President-elect Donald Trump has confirmed RFK Jr. to be his next Secretary of Health and Human Services. A source that is familiar with the move tells CNN that Kennedy accepted the offer today before Trump's election. Kennedy pledged to take major steps to reshape the country's public health guidelines, including studying vaccine safety. The FBI arrested a Houston man accused of planning a terrorist attack on U.S. soil. According to a report from the Department of Justice, the 28-year-old suspect planned to carry out a, quote, 9/11 style attack in the name of ISIS. That man is charged with attempting to provide material support to a terrorist organization. He was arraigned on those charges in Houston this afternoon. Rescue crews in Kentucky are working to free a man trapped after falling from a construction site near downtown Louisville. Officials say that the man fell 10 to 12 feet, pinning him under rubble. Crews say that the rescue could take hours and will be a very slow process because of how easy the debris can shift around. And Chrysler recalls more than 200,000 2018 and 2019 Jeep Grand Cherokees and Dodge Durangos due to brake system malfunctions. The company says the issue may cause problems with the car's brake lights. Abigail, Brooke, back to you.
Thanks, Elle. Coming up next, the U.S. gets a new report card from the infant and maternal health nonprofits.
That's right. Stick around to hear the shocking score for preterm birth rates in these states. Coming up on OU Nightly. Health officials are warning citizens about the rise in measles cases in the U.S. OU Nightly's Savannah Simmons has the details in today's Health Beat. Savannah.
Yeah, Brooke, Abigail, the CDC and the World Health Organization are warning of a rise in measles, saying cases were up more than 20% last year. Those agencies say just last year alone, over 107,000 people died from measles, mostly being children. Officials say the disease is preventable with the 2-dose vaccine being 97% effective. The U.S. receives a D+ grade for infant and maternal health due to high preterm birth rate. The report released by health nonprofit March of Dimes says the percentage of infants born before 37 weeks has remained at 10%, showing no improvement from 2022. A Cleveland psychologist says the colder months could contribute to depression in some people. That psychologist says the lack of sunlight can impact vitamin D levels and serotonin, leading to symptoms of depression like fatigue, sadness, and fluctuating appetite. The health expert says maintaining a healthy daily routine and using a sun lamp could help with these symptoms. And Thanksgiving is almost here. The USDA encourages both inexperienced cooks and experts to practice food safety. You can do that by checking packaging and not leaving food out for longer than 2 hours. Ladies, back to you.
Thanks, Savannah. A major addition is coming to Norman Public Schools. All 17 elementary schools across the district will now have what is being called a STEAM lab built within the next 3 years.
This is thanks to a $500,000 donation from the Norman Public Schools Foundation. Norman Public Schools are hoping these labs help their younger students learn more about science, technology, engineering, art, and math. And still ahead, holidays are getting closer, and a fire in your home could spark easier than you think.
Find out how the Norman Fire Department says you can prevent a fire before it happens ahead of your holiday gathering.
And we are about to add some more rain to our total monthly rain total. How much we can expect and just how cold it will get when we come back. Well, welcome back to OU Nightly. It's been a beautiful fall day here on campus. Now, the past couple of weeks, our temperatures have been back and forth from the upper 80s and the upper 70s, but the one thing that has remained the same is we have gotten a lot of rain this month. Just look at this November rainfall totals. We are fourth on the charts here in 2024 for the wettest Novembers. Now, this weekend, we could expect some more rain, so we very much can move up from this fourth spot up to third or second. So a lot of rain this November. We're expecting a lot more this weekend, but for right now, we're looking at our weather center cam. That sun's starting to go down when we set back those clocks a couple weeks ago. And so, of course, not a cloud in the sky, but definitely looks like fall. Current temperatures in Norman, 68 degrees, a light breeze out of the south. And then again, we're going to cool off tomorrow. So looking at our current temperatures, Norman, 68 degrees, 67 in Oklahoma City, 70 degrees out in Guyman. For your lows tonight, we'll see 44 in Norman, 45 in Oklahoma City, freezing temps out in Guyman. So it's going to cool off. It's going to feel a lot more like fall. And then tomorrow morning, we're going to say around the same. We'll see 66 here in Norman, 67 in Oklahoma City, and 72 out in Guyman. Now, like I said, we do have those chances for rain coming up, but those chances of rain last week put a significant dent in our drought. We are sitting at abnormal here in Norman, but a couple weeks ago, we were sitting at extreme, and parts of the western parts of the state were sitting at exceptional. So it's great news that we are seeing this drought monitor start to come down, and it's going to come down even more whenever we see that rain later on this weekend. Looking at this weekend, though, we'll have that colder air move its way east. Again, our next storm system is set out in the west. It's going to make its way here by Monday morning. We'll get those rain chances and again, hopefully put another dent in that drought. It'll be out of here by Monday night. Looking at your temperature outlook for the next 6 to 10 days, it'll be below average here in Norman. We may not see freezing temps just yet, but it will be pretty cold next week. Now, looking at our future precip, like I said, we could put a dent into that drought, so we'll see nearly 2 inches here in Norman, 2 inches in Oklahoma City, 3 inches out in southwestern parts of the state. So we need that rain. We love to see that rain. We're going to move on up in those charts for the wettest November. And then we'll see again on our 7-day forecast, 66 degrees on Friday, those rain chances throughout the weekend, and then look at that cool off on Wednesday and Thursday. Now, we don't have a game, so it's a bye week, which is great to have these rain chances. You don't want to be standing out in the rain at the stadium, but it's finally feeling like fall.
Absolutely.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
It is.
Good temperatures. Love that we're getting rain. I can do the rain, but what I can't do is all that cold air. I saw some 30s up there. I don't know if I can do all that.
Sun's not for me. I'm a cold weather fan.
Really?
I love all things winter, so I'm super excited for that cold air to be coming in.
Well,
I'm glad you're happy.
There's at least one of us here.
Yeah, right.
All right, well, thanks, Rachel. We appreciate that. With temperatures dropping in Norman, fire department here says that your fire activities could be a risk, and those chances of fires are increasing during this fall season because of leaves, dry grass, and dead vegetation. The department is also warning residents who are cranking up the heat in their homes to be aware of interior heating systems.
So you can have a carbon monoxide detector in your house, and that'll detect if any gas is leaking or anything like that. It's normal whenever you fire up your heater in the winter that you might smell a burning smell.
The Norman Fire Department has shared tips to keep you and your property safe from fires. Fire pits must be at least 25 feet away from structures. They say to only burn wood, never trash or leaves. As for indoor safety tips, check your fireplaces and chimneys each year. And the department says most importantly to check the batteries in your smoke detectors. All right, well, we're moving on to the world of sports. OU football. It's a bye week this week, but we got some good news.
Yeah, Darby, what are they trying to cook up for the last 2 games of the season?
Well, Brent had a specific message for the team with bowl eligibility on the line, so stick around to find out what it was. And there's a commotion coming from OU softball and women's gymnastics. We'll show you who is coming to continue these dynasties next in sports. Hello, I'm Darby McCormick, and it's time for some sports. Well, a bye week is no time for rest and relaxation as OU football prepares to take on Alabama next week. Mentally, players are looking forward to a hard-fought battle.
Acknowledge, we put a lot of hard work into the season. We've gone in it, we've gone at it every single day. We put in the effort. Sometimes the rewards aren't there, and that's life. That's the game of football. And obviously we gotta keep showing up and keep working. You know, before the light, there's always gonna be darkness.
Like I said at the beginning of the year, every game is winnable, and we got guys to do it, and I think we can. I know we can, and we just gotta go out there and win them.
Yeah, I mean, just a few practices, just get our game plan down, get early, get a jump on them early, just keep going. Try to, Coach V saying all week, it's just been win the bye week, win this week. It's still a week that matters a lot to our success.
Well, championship mindset was signed, sealed, and delivered to Loves Field Wednesday with the addition of 6 signees to the OU softball's top-ranked 2025 recruiting class. The 6 future Sooners represent 6 different states, featuring numerous all-conference, all-state, and all-American honors, as well as state championships. And women's sports continue to dominate in Norman as OU women's gymnastics announced they also signed the #1 class according to collegegymnews.com. Wow is the word that head coach KJ Kindler used to describe the class, saying that Sooner fans will be head over heels immediately. And while the future of one team is bright, it was not so much for another. OU volleyball's match against Texas A&M was quite dim as they dropped 3 sets against the Aggies. They return to the court next Friday at home for a rematch of the Red River Showdown. And after starting off slow, the Thunder was able to close out the first quarter with a 33-28 lead and eventually get the win 106-88. The victory was the second straight for the Thunder without Chet Holmgren. Going against a guard-heavy Pelicans team, the Thunder only committed 7 turnovers compared to the Pelicans' 27. And let's head over to the familiar faces in the NFL as Jalen Hurts and the Eagles take on the Commanders, a match in the NFC East where both sides are vying for the division's top spot. Kickoff is at 7:45 Central. Abigail, Brooke.
Thanks, Darby. Still ahead, if you're hoping to help a family in need this holiday season, Norman Police Department has a way you can help.
That's right. Find out how you can donate some holiday cheer right here in Norman when we return.
Madison Daly with an update from the Oklahoma Department of Corrections. Authorities are searching for an inmate who they say walked away from Jim E. Hamilton Correctional Center in Hodgen, located in Far East Oklahoma. 51-year-old Douglas Goodson was last seen around 5 p.m. last night, and it's unclear which direction he may have gone. Goodson was in prison for identity theft out of Oklahoma County. Anyone who sees him is asked to call 911. Abigail, Brooke.
Thanks, Madison. We'll be following that story as it develops. Well, here in Norman, the Norman Police Department are asking for your help for their annual Fill the Cruiser event.
Yes, this holiday toy and diaper drive helped over 300 children and 60 families last year. And this time around, they are hoping for even more.
Here's how you can help. They're accepting new unopened toys, diapers, and pull-ups of all sizes and baby wipes as well as baby items.
You have some time to prepare your donations because they will be accepting every day until December 16th at the Norman Police Department.
Wait, the good news is that the weather for the next couple days is going to be pretty good for them if they're looking to go and drop off their donations at the Norman Police Department.
Yeah, we're expecting some rain for this next weekend. However, we have already had a lot of rain this November. We actually have had the wettest November in nearly 100 years. So it seems exaggerant, but it is definitely we've had a lot of rain this month. We'll get even more rain this weekend. Look at this future cast. We'll have rain start out in the southwestern parts of the state Sunday afternoon. It'll make its way through the state. Again, we'll see a lot of rain, almost 2 to 3 inches in some parts of the state. And then looking at your looking at the rest of that rain is going to move out by the end of Monday. But looking at your 7-day, we will see those 60 degrees stick around for the weekend. It's going to get a lot colder next week. We'll see, of course, those 40s on Wednesday and Thursday, and then we'll see some rain chances on Sunday and Monday. So, feeling like fall. We're really excited. But again, we've seen a lot of rain. We're going to see a lot more. We probably won't be in the drought by the time we get out this week.
Alrighty, sounds like a plan.
Right. You know, I do not mind the rain, so that's great.
Oh, I don't either. Perfect time to sit on my couch all Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, thanks for watching OU Nightly. I'm Abigail Franklin.
And I'm Brooke Griggs. Watch OU Nightly live weekdays at 4:30. Good night.